Hi guys, welcome to Tamra's Tarot Variety. I just wanted to give a really quick psychic update. Sometimes I forget to do things and then they happen and I feel really bad. This is just what I've been getting psychically and intuitively. I haven't read tarot, but I just really want to get these messages out. So these are just intuitive messages. So let's take them with a grain of salt. I'm not saying 100% that this is going to happen. I don't think that we can ever say that because of free will, because of so many things involved. But I just really want to start sharing information, and oftentimes I take this information and I forget to share. That happened with the vaccine. And you know, I download messages from Jesus and from different people, and so sometimes I just forget the random sort of psychic messages that I receive, and sometimes I even forget the ones that I receive from specific people. I'm realizing like I have to, Spirit's telling me I need to write things down right away and I just need to get them out. So okay, this might even be obvious to many of you, but we're probably going to have lockdowns again. And they're saying in New York. And there might be, it's so hard to say, but a terrorist attack in New York, and they're showing me the subway, maybe a bridge and a crowded area. And they also said maybe Chicago and maybe LA, so please be careful. There's also, they're saying a big tropical storm that is going to hit New York. That's not expected to hit New York. It deviates, and they're saying there could be like 2 days of flooding, and this could be at the same time as like right before a lockdown or during a lockdown, or it might be like the flood and then the lockdown. So they're saying things might get crazy. So they are suggesting people get out of the cities. If you can, just go somewhere, you know, stock up, get a generator. We might be a couple days without internet. Then if New York does go into lockdown, they're saying there might be riots. And this is okay. So if there are riots this time, the military might come in, and also there might already be a plan in place for that to happen because the crime is out of control. So I'm gonna try to put this the mildest way. They're saying a big thing that's happening that many people are overlooking is that most of this crime is people wanting fast cash, and there is a new, well, it's been slow growing epidemic of a certain substance that is injected. So this is really hard to say, and I hope that this sort of thing doesn't get flagged, but this substance that gets injected, Spirit told me that it makes people connect to Spirit, and that isn't the addictive part. I don't know a lot about this, guys, but they're saying like most people, once they do it, well, many of you, I have heard this, that it instantly becomes addictive. Well, they're saying it does, because like within, they're saying like 24 hours, people start to feel withdrawal. And so they're saying that when we pass, that's the experience that we'll feel connecting to Spirit. So once many people, almost everyone, especially people who are going through like a hard time emotionally, which most people would be, to do that, they're very vulnerable. So for them to feel that euphoria and connect to Spirit, that in itself becomes like addictive. It's almost like the soul, the spirit really doesn't want to be here anymore dealing with the problems here. So there's that aspect, and people love connecting to Spirit. And I had a conversation with Spirit, and they were like, you know, you love connecting, because I was just really trying to wrap my head around it, like, you know, it's so dangerous. And they're like, well, you know, you understand how you like to connect to Spirit, so try to show compassion for that. And then there's the withdrawal. So many of these crimes are being committed for that. They said it's an expensive habit, and they said it is a reptilian gift to the world. So it's very powerful. It does feel like you're connecting to Spirit, but there is also, you might not, most likely are not being connected to a good source. So then after a while, they're saying too, you open that connection and it can bring in attachments. So that's where you'll see people who've been doing that for a while, and it almost gives them a schizophrenia. So even if they don't naturally have that, and you'll see people on the street talking to someone, well, they're talking to a spirit, and it's most likely not positive. And positive spirit does try to come in. All the archangels, Jesus, everyone tries to come in to help people that are going through that. But it's almost like making a deal with, you know, the dark side. And so you're basically, you know, they say don't let a vampire in. When you do that, that's when you're letting the negative spirit come in. So they're saying, imagine someone who's already vulnerable, not feeling well. They take that substance, and then they feel like how you feel when you pass. And many have not felt good ever or in a long time. And then they have withdrawal. And then they have negative voices saying things to them. And oftentimes you'll see like in this group, like people just fleecing friends and family and basically robbing without any conscience, because they have this negative entity telling them that like that they're the victim and that everyone is doing better than them and they can like afford to give a little. Meanwhile, they don't realize that they could be like, you know, terrorizing someone, you know, robbing them is, you know, they might not see it that way. And the Spirit is asking that we pay attention to this matter, and they think that that will be the real reason that law enforcement is coming in, because the situation is so big that there's like so many people running around with nothing left to lose, which is really, really dangerous. And it's actually what is destroying cities. Of course, you know, we have politics and the systemic racism, classism, all that stuff that everyone talks about, but this is not being looked at, and Spirit's been really pressuring me to talk about this. And cities are being destroyed, people don't feel safe, and people are forming gangs everywhere, all races, all colors, and you know, we're gonna see these like just more random crimes of like crimes on the highway and you know, gangs showing up to people's homes and just you know, like ambushing people. So this is you know, I have overall usually positive messages, but Spirit just wanted me to give this update, and these are things that can happen. Please, I need some tea. Please take this all with a grain of salt, because I don't believe we can predict anything 100%. I'm just gonna get the messages out, and hopefully, let's all pray, hopefully this won't happen, but I'm just going to say a maybe. And I will leave it at that. Take with it what you will. Listen to your own intuition. Search YouTube and see if anyone else is saying this. And please don't feel like you have to believe me. Anyway, guys, that is it. And I will come on soon. All right.